Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. I'm here to talk about crochet. I did try to put a video out on Friday, but I 3 times and I kept making a mistake. I either totally fluffed my lines and thought I'll start again, or I hadn't restarted the camera then. I just didn't, and I thought, oh, we'll come back another day. So I'm here on the Monday now, the 18th of March, that is. I have got, I'm just going to explain to you now that the Hooking Up with Books has finished for February and March. I thought I'll just show you what I used for my soldier. There's not much to it because it's only really 4 colours, but it's a pattern I got off Etsy, which I paid £1.86 for, and that was with a coupon or a discount that she sent me. And it's the British Royal Guard gnome, and it's by a designer called Hugles, Hugles. So the name is there, and that's what it is there. I found it a very easy pattern to follow. I would recommend it, and I think it could be adapted for many other types of things. You definitely could put a cap on it or whatever for one of the other service uniforms. You know, it would be useful. So basically what I used, it's very simple. I used it to 2.75 up like I normally do. The black and white yarn is Signet 100% cotton in black and white. The jacket is in the Hobbycraft Knitcraft cotton blend in red, and the hands and the nose are in Serdar Stories, which is a acrylic cotton mix in the colour Glamping. The chain and the buttons, I used the Rikarumi Lame in gold. As I said before, it was fine for what I used it here, but I would not want to use it for a bigger project. But it will definitely come in. If I ever need a touch of gold, it'll come in for something else. So yeah, I am sorted with him. When I went shopping on Thursday afternoon when I was on my walk, I think it was Thursday, I only went and looked at the magazines, didn't I? So I ended up buying Crochet Now for the month of, does it actually give a month? It's issue number 105 anyway. And what attracted me was the Paddington Bear. But as you probably know from me, I probably won't do it in Paddington colours because it's not my style. I usually mess about with them if it's for me or for gifting to someone I know. I'll mess about with them. I also noticed the other lovely bunny on the front, and there's a lovely Easter wreath, which unfortunately I think it's a bit late for me to do for this Easter, with us only having that's the better picture actually of Paddington. There's only less than a fortnight now, but yeah, it'll definitely come in. And if you remember last year in the sale, I bought that wreath in natural you know, natural wicker and things like that to save, to use. It was a Christmas one, but it didn't have anything specifically Christmas on it. You could use it for that, but like I say, it'll have to be another year's project, or just a flower one for any time of the year. So yeah, I did that. There's quite a few nice things in, as you'd expect. If I do any more of them, I'll give you a bigger look at it. But yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a crochet. I think it's the patterns in here, but I haven't looked all the way through. But there's a blanket with daisies on, which I thought looked really nice. So there's that one. It came with a King Cole pattern. You know, booklet. Mostly wearables, I think, although, yeah, I think it is. There is a blanket, shawls, tops, scarves, all those sort of things there. Don't know whether any of those will come in handy for me, but I keep all those leaflets in case they ever do. I'd have been more interested if they had that pattern in actually, but that's not in here unfortunately. It also came with a macrame form so in a star-shaped steel form. Now I won't do the macrame, but I will dare say use this star shape for something. So I'm liking that. Now what was I going to say to you? Oh, I went over 900 subscribers as well last week. I mean, how exciting is this? You know, it's beyond my wildest expectations, and I thank each and every one of you for joining me, and all those who have been religiously watching my videos from the beginning. I can't thank you enough. I applaud you. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I was going to say to you actually as well, you know, the book that's been chosen for the Hooking Up with Books, with Cassandra and Caroline. It's called Flatshare, Beth O'Leary. Now, I've actually read that during lockdown, and you know, it's a very good book. I would recommend you joining in. I'll put a link to the latest videos. Definitely do that one. And for any of you that live in the UK, I've checked on the site and it's still there. When I read this book, I'd already listened to this thing on, because at the when it was locked down, I went through a bit of a podcast spell where I was sick of sat watching television, so I was listening to things on the radio. Plus, of course, you can carry on doing other things, can't you, while you're listening to them. I found all sorts of things to listen to from every interest possible, but they also do like breakdowns of books, and it's like a shortened version. And this one they did for the Flatshare is by Beth O'Leary, is on BBC Sounds. It's still available now. I can't remember when they actually released it. It was something like 19 or 20. And it's 10 parts. I think they're about 15 minutes each. But if you're in the UK, you will definitely be able to get that. So even if you don't want to read the old book, which is very good, but if you don't want to read the old book, you will be able to listen to the 10-parter. And it gives you a good overview of the book. Very interesting, funny in parts, nice ending, you'll like it. So it's on BBC Sounds and it is called The Flatshare. So it's like read by somebody else. It's worth listening to. So yeah, and the other thing is I'm on with, oh, I'll tell you the other one first. I've handed over all the birds that I did, the chicks, to charity. In the end, I gave them to the animal welfare one because I thought with them being chicks, you know, I thought, and I wasn't selling them in the old shop I used to work in for the pharmacy. I thought I'll do it for the animals. So I took them into their charity shop. But the lady who I normally deal with, she says, oh, I'll go get them and I'll sell them on the gala. She says, I'll get more money for them during the summer on the galas. So she's took them, and I think she's sold 2 already. So they've gone to be like I say, to go, and I think they're starting in like 2-4 weeks or something of the galas. It's, you know, she has an whole summer of it really, and she'll be at various parks around Barnsley, you know, selling. I think some of them's in Wakefield as well. So yeah, I mean, she sold last year. I made mostly dogs and cats, but key rings, you know, so just a head. And I don't think I ever got to show you them, but they if I can find a picture, I'll pop one in somewhere around of some of them, not all of them, because I just kept handing them to her over and over again. I did some though that were pigs, and also I'm sure I did another animal as well. Anyway, they went down very well, and so she's keen to sell these. So whatever gets them the most money, I'm happy with. So yeah, and even though I've sent them off, I've done another one. So I'll just keep doing like you know, whatever I want to do with them. If I can get bored with this, I'll go on to something else. Like I say, I like a pattern that is, you know, you can adapt to make it quick to remember, quick to do, and you can use scrap yarns, and then you can just send them on the way. So yeah, that one's in James C. Brett sand. The body's in Hello Cotton in the dark brown, 6mm eyes like there always is. The nose and feet are in the Sir Dar Snuggly, what do they call it? It's the orange anyway. Was it marmalade? Something like that anyway. I'll just keep making it, or I'll find something else to make, you know, maybe just some dogs and cats again. I have found a couple of patterns I might try. Like I say, it's got to be easy in the memory so that I can just fire them out one after other. So I have started the doll that I'm making from My Pretty Brown Doll by Yolanda Jordan. And I just think, this is from my old boss's daughter I'm making this for. I don't know if she knows she's getting it, but I've told him that I'm going to be making it. And he chose for her the Parisian look, that one. But I may have a slight change of plan because he says she likes to wear her hair up in bunches. Well, that's not suited for that, so I might drop the beret and just give her bunches, but definitely doing the outfit in the you know, like the colours that we've got here. And there's a red coat as well, I think it is. Let me just have a look. Yeah, a red coat that you can do for it. So yeah, I'm going to play with that. I think I'm going to go with that, like that one with the bunches. But anyway, for now, I've done the body, and I've just got to now I've got to do the hair cap and the clothing. Now the body, it's a lot plainer than I thought it'd be. It's very straight up and down, you know, with the arms and that. But I do like how the arms are sewn on. Well, you just get one stitch and then you carry on going round, and it attaches them that way. And then you sew up the little hole that you have under the arm. Now I have made a change because, you know, me and small necks don't go, and I don't want to put a doweling in or anything hard with it being for a child. She is over 3, so I've put the eyes in, but I don't want to put anything hard in it. I just want it to be as it comes. So what I've done is, the neck I think goes down to something like 12 stitches. I've done it to 24. So I've just fiddled with it to make both head and body finish at 24. Now I want you to tell me, what do you think? Do you think it'll pass? Once it's closed, do you think that'll look okay with a bigger neck? Because it obviously makes it a lot more stable. Now if it was for a grown-up or whatever, I won't be so bothered, but I want that to be just right. So you'll tell me what you think. I think it works. I really do. I've got a nose and that to put on, think on, but yeah, I think that works myself. I've only just put it together today, so I really need to sit and look at it for a bit, but I think it's okay. So yeah, so we're on this way with the My Pretty Brown Doll. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow because I've got a couple of errands to run tomorrow. Same on Wednesday, but I think I will be able to film on Wednesday. Hopefully we'll have this finished, otherwise I won't have much to show you. And you know what happens when I finish this? Cardigan time. It's time for work, making my cardigan for me. Everybody seemed very impressed that we're doing things for myself, so I'm sorted. Because I do love making for other people, but then occasionally I just think, I want something for me. So I'm doing it. I've just been to the doctor's. It is my first face-to-face appointment for 4 years with a doctor. How good is that? I mean, like, everything's been done on the phone since COVID, except for seeing nurses. You've been able to see nurses. Anyway, I had to go and discuss my latest blood test results because, you know, I've had the trouble with all the anemia and all that. Right, good news. Anemia's cleared up. Still a slight problem with the high blood pressure, but we're working on that. I've not to worry about it. It'll be fine. But what they've done so far has stopped the nosebleed, so that's really good. But then we had to discuss what the other stuff I've been feeling, you know, like the aching neck, the joints, you know, all these things. And he says that I'm going to have to face it. I've probably got arthritis. So carry on with my osteopathy, which I go to anyway. And I already knew I had arthritis in my neck. Yeah, he wants me to go to physiotherapy at the physiotherapist at the surgery and get some exercises for my knees. All good though. honestly, don't think there's anything wrong. This is really good, because he said all my bloods have come back this time and they're spot on, they're perfect. I've got like my blood sugars, he says they're as low as they can be. He said the only better thing there'd be is if I were a person who didn't need, you know, help with diabetes, because I do take medication for diabetes but not insulin yet. He says it can't be any better. He says whatever you're doing, carry it on. Obviously still want me to lose weight, so it could be better, and I get that, because if there's less of me, my own insulin can cope better, so I get that, I totally get it. But he says apart from my weight, I'm doing everything right. So how good is that? And it's so nice to go and have something positive from the doctors, because all I seem to have had lately is we've got to retest you for this, we've got to get you on some medication for that, or we've, you know, it just seems really good for once. I'm so happy. So yeah, anyway, so there is hope out there. You can feel really dreadful, which I did sort of like November, December, and you know, after Christmas, but you know, some iron tablets and, you know, like other stuff, you know, slight adjustments to it, diet, and getting my blood pressure on the way to being sorted, and I'm looking okay. So the age-old problem though is my weight, because the trouble with me is I'm not bothered about being big. So I've never been vain. I don't want to wear latest fashions or anything like that. I've never ever cared what people think of me with my looks. I haven't, honestly. You know, I take it as being brought up well adjusted really for that. But if anybody, I mean, if people like to do it, you know, lose weight and you know, like loads and loads of exercise, well, great for you. But like for me, that's not how I want to live my life, you know. So but I do understand that I need to be smaller to help. Because at the moment, yeah, it's working now, but we may come to a time where I have to give myself insulin, and I don't really want to do that. So it would be better if I was slimmer, but I will never care what I look like, you know. It's not something that bothers me. It's like I don't even sit and look at myself in a screen. I don't care. Because like, you know, I just think, you know, life is too short to be bothered about this, that and other, you know. And you know, like, is me hair, like, you know, people sit there and they're pulling their hair down and all this. I think, oh, give up. you know, you're fine as you are. You don't have to faff with yourself all the time, you know. Anyway, that's your rant for today. So I've had good news and then I've ranted at you. So anyway, take care of yourselves, folks. Have a good evening, and I'll see you.